Welcome to Vietnam and the Mekong River Delta. There are so many birds in Vietnam, like 875. How many am I gonna see? I don't know what to expect. I've never been to Vietnam. Stay to the end, because I'm gonna break down everything that made my trip a success or a failure, the birds we saw, how we did it, what I brought, what I wish I would have brought, and how you too can have an awesome adventure in Vietnam.
All right, here's a quick report. We've been on the road for almost 2 hours, and birds seen, none. What I'm learning is Vietnam, at least in Ho Chi Minh City, is a huge city, and there's no birds in this city. You gotta go out in the country or into the national parks to see the birds. So what we've done is we've driven now down to the Mekong River Delta. And because of traffic, we're ditching the car and we're gonna get in a boat and go across the river to where our hotel is. He said it'll save 2 hours of being stuck in traffic to get on this little boat. I don't know where we're going, but see, all I've seen on the road so far are 2 types of egrets: the big egret and the small egret.
I saw like 20 chickens
Okay.
in a cage.
So
That's my
the
style
birding
of
adventure starts now. This is the Mekong Pelagic Cruise. There's also coconut and garbage floating around.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Ooh, this looks beautiful.
I think I'll be spending a lot of time on that dock, looking out over the river.
Please enjoy your welcome drink and welcome food. Yeah, the welcome drink is made from mulberry, passion fruit juice, and a little bit of lime.
Lovely.
Yes, with
Excellent.
with like tea, a brownie.
Wow, this is fancy. That's the Mekong River right there. Listen to all the birds. I heard no birds in Ho Chi Minh City. None. Now I'm just standing here on the veranda and it's just like chirp, 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 chirp. Like I can just see scoping here to the butterfly, to the river all day long. And when I'm bored of that, jump in the pool. Or the jacuzzi. Yeah, we're good. What a spot. Eager to get out and start exploring, Sonny and I borrowed a couple of bikes from the lodge and took a water taxi to one of the nearby islands in the Mekong Delta. The island was very peaceful. We rode our bikes past several farms and a coconut plantation. The whole time I was looking and listening out for birds. Where are they hiding out? We saw a lot of chickens, but not much else. Most birds I've seen here in this part of Vietnam, unfortunately, are all in cages. Mynas. It's just something they do here is they capture wild birds and put them in cages. not really as pets, just as kind of trophies. They like having the sound of the birds nearby. And I've also heard that they get eaten. I come here because I want to see birds in their natural habitat, and I don't get the opportunity. They've been taken from the woods, taken from nature, and put in cages, not where birds belong. It's heartbreaking to come to Vietnam to want to see these birds and only see them in cages. That's what humans are doing. It's not how I want to enjoy birds at all.
You guys enjoy?
Oh, yes.
So nice. Took a bike ride on one of the islands here in the middle of the Mekong Delta. We got to see the daily life of fruit farmers, cocoa plantation. What else did we try? We saw a fish farm, coconut plantation. Not a lot of birds. The birds we saw were all in cages. Either the cocks for fighting or the doves for soothing sounds. I saw maybe a few birds on the island. Very sad. We got to get to the national parks to see the birds. Or back to the resort. They're not trapping in there. So we're gonna go on this little boat. See if we can see some water birds.
It's a big day. I'm excited. I can't eat breakfast. I'm so excited. Finally going on a birding tour in Vietnam of the Mekong Delta. And there's some really cool birds that are only really found here, but they're so hard to find because most of the river is all built up and it's full of boats and houses and shacks and resorts that you have to go to these really remote spots of the Delta to find the birds. Finding them on your own, not easy. You gotta get a local expert to help you out. So it took forever to find somebody because it's also the New Year season and there's all these festivals and nobody's answering their phones or their emails. So for a week, we couldn't get a hold of anybody until yesterday. And so I found a local guide. He's picking us up. He's actually here now. We gotta hurry up with this breakfast. We're gonna go find some amazing birds. There's really one that I'm so excited about the most, the spoon-billed sandpiper. It's been a dream of mine for 2 years since I saw it once on this eBird report. I was like, what is that bird? I thought it was only in China, like this really remote area of China, but no, there's a few that have come to Vietnam. If we can track them down today, it'd be the bird of the trip. So maybe the bird of the year or the decade. Like there's only like 1,000 left in the world and they're so hard to find, but I hope I can show you a video of it. Let me orient you to where we are in the world. So this is Vietnam. So at the very bottom, the big city is Ho Chi Minh City there, or Saigon. And then this part of the world is the Mekong River Delta. Big cities that are sprawl the whole way, markets, lots of scooters. And we're heading down this road to the very end where there's a beach. And that's where we're gonna see the birds.
Near the mud flat.
Mud flat.
Yeah, near the mud flat. Not the sand. How we say? Because it's the crab.
They eat the crabs.
Crab, yeah.
The very small crabs.
Yeah, small crab.
What we're learning about is how important the tides are here in the Mekong Delta. Because when the tides go out or down, that's when all the shorebirds come to shore and they're finding the mud flats because they're eating the crabs and the crustaceans and the worms and all the good bits under the sand. But they only can do that when the tides are out. So our guide has picked noon today to be the best time to see the shorebirds and hopefully, fingers crossed, the spoon-billed sandpiper. He saw one a couple days ago, just one. So if we could track down that same bird, that would be amazing. But the tides today aren't very strong. There's not a big low tide. It just goes down by a foot or two instead of by 10 feet. So the good news is they'll be closer to the road because the tide's not going out. But because it's not a very strong low tide, the birds just may stay in their roosting spots, or they might fly further down the river to a better mud flat. So it might be harder to find them today. But this is the only day we have, so all right. Rick's feeling a little nervous. Can you tell?
Oh man. And you're gonna skip lunch for this too.
I said birds come first, then lunch. I'm like, we'll celebrate later. This is the time. This is the time to see the birds. Sorry, Sonia. How are you feeling about this decision?
Oh, I'm not hungry. Ask me at noon.
How swift? There's the ocean. Starting my checklist, 9 a.m. exactly. First bird, a yellow bittern. Of course, never seen it before.
Oh, you've never seen it?
Never seen more. It just flew right over the road. And we also hear a greater cuckoo calling. So the greater cuckoo has that bellowing, it's a cuckoo bird, so. That's not very good, but that's what it sounds like. Really? Barn swallow. Yep. Great egret. Oh, it's big. We're playing the swift swallow game, which means there's 1,000 white-nest swiftlets up there, but there's 1 or 2 special other swifts or swallows. So we're trying to go through the entire flock to find the one special one. Non thinks he saw a wood swallow because its tail is really wide and flat compared to the swiftlet's tail. So we're trying to find that again. It's an ashy wood swallow. Oh, it's a fantail, Malaysian pied fantail. Getting the Chinese pond heron. The Chinese pond heron, it's like a mashup of a American bittern and an egret. It's like a brown striped belly, and then white wings. You're like, it's literally like 2 bird mashup. It's crazy. It's like an all white bird when it's flying, and an all brown bird when it's on the ground. It's like a transformer bird.
It's like 20 minutes into a 4-hour bird watching tour. And I think so far Rick's only seen birds that he's already seen this week. He's like, oh, a plain prinia. Okay. Rick, is this your first time birding in rice paddies?
Is this a rice paddy? I think it's a fish farm. I don't know what this is. Or it's a sewage lagoon. I don't know. I've birded in a lot of weird places, but never in a rice paddy. But see these lights? Mm-hmm. Is this for, I think it says catfishing?
What is this?
Shrimp farm.
Fish? Shrimp farm. Shrimp farm.
Oh.
Never. I've birded in a shrimp farm once. First thing I do is scan the tops of the trees, and then any exposed branches or limbs, that's where the birds are perching. And then constantly looking for any movement. That's like birding 101. Treetops, edges of clearings, exposed branches. Oh, egret. Great egret flying over. Great egret. We're also looking for the medium egret and the little egret. It's like Goldilocks and the 3 egrets here. Freckle-breasted woodpecker. Look at the freckles. Yeah, the white cheek, red crown, and freckles. Would you be embarrassed if your name was the freckle-breasted woodpecker? It's freckle-breasted. That's a long name. All right. That's a lifer. Freckle-breasted.
In the middle of
We found the shorebird. Sandpipers, but not the one we're looking for yet. The spoon-billed is eluding us, but had some common terns. Whimbrel, Temminck sandpiper, 2 types of kingfishers, 2 types of plovers, and scooters everywhere. Black crown. Yeah, oh, right there. Good views. The yellow-bellied Prinia. It's really pretty. The female got a yellow belly with a long tail.
How's it going?
Oh, so many shorebirds, like 15 different species. So many new ones for me. I'd be nowhere without none. Sand plovers, white-faced plovers, Terek sandpiper, Eurasian curlew, like the longest bill, like super curved. We used to have the Eskimo curlew in Canada, went extinct. There's still one here. And we haven't seen it yet, but there's a far eastern curlew, which we didn't see in New Zealand, so there's a chance to see it here. So many places to look, but it's so hot. Oh, what happened here? Uh-oh. Looks like a bird got eaten. Uh-oh.
Chinese pond heron.
Oh, a Chinese pond heron. Oh, that's right, because it's got the white and the brown. Yeah. Brown wings, but then when he opens it, it's white. That's so cool.
What would have eaten it?
Yeah, what would have eaten a pond heron?
Maybe they hunt for food.
What type of animal killed it?
Nope.
A person?
A person.
Oh.
Because they,
Ah, so a Vietnamese person ate the pond heron. In Canada or the US, when we see one of these, we think an owl or a hawk would have killed the bird. Here, which neighbor killed it? The tern?
Those are Pacific golden plovers, like 9 of them. Hey, it's 11:15, so low tide is in 45 minutes. We've seen a lot of great birds, a lot of shorebirds, but not the one we're looking for, the spoon-billed. Ah! I'm not frustrated. No, I'm fine. This is good. This is me being relaxed, enjoying the birds.
This is the place.
He said, I just see the spoonbill. And then I clapped him on the back and I moved the scope and he said, don't touch me.
I need to take this carefully because it's not clearly. Yeah, it's very light, but I think we need to
Go back over there.
move back.
It's so far away. I don't know how he identifies it. I'm looking at it. He's running. All right, we gotta go. Look, he's already gone. All right, come on. We didn't see it fly away, but Nan thinks it flew away.
There are one bird again.
It should be here, right?
Yeah.
Let's keep looking.
No, we will search on another side, near this side, and after that we will go back and search this side again.
Okay. So we saw it from a distance and we packed up and ran over here, and we can't find it. So we both saw it through the scope, but so far away. He just recognized it by its behavior and the way it was feeding by moving its spoonbill back and forth, back and forth. So he says, let's leave here, go to another beach, try there, and then we'll come back here a little bit later. So close, like, okay. If you've ever lost a flip-flop, it's definitely here in Vietnam. I think I've stepped over at least 300 single flip-flops. So that's where they are, folks. They're in Vietnam. We're stuck in a watermelon field.
Watermelon.
Yeah. This is how they catch dinner. They put up mist nets. These are all birds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 15 birds in there. The same nets we use back home for science and research, they use them here to catch dinner. There's another net over there, all in between the farm fields, right over the watermelon plants. They're catching dinner. Oh, this is awful. Look at that. The bird has no idea that it's being targeted. Oh, breaks my heart. So there was one bird I was really hoping to see today. It was the Asian green bee eater, and unfortunately, it's right there in that net. Look at that long green tail. Oh, man. Way out there. And so we're gonna walk in the water
No, maybe
up to there.
Yeah.
Okay. And leave our shoes here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. If
How do
you
you
want,
feel?
what up to you? But I wear the sock. Wear the sock.
Wear the sock.
He doesn't want to get his socks wet.
Yeah.
All right, this your first time barefoot birding?
I think so. I'm not very good at barefoot birding.
You keeping your socks on?
Yeah.
Oh.
I will wear the sock because a lot of rock.
Yeah.
As the sail, the sea sail.
The seashells will cut you.
Your
But you don't want to wear your shoes.
I will.
You keep the socks on to protect. Okay.
Give the shoe.
I guess it's not quite barefoot birding.
Sock birding? I'm glad we hired a guide, because there's no way I would have thought that this was what was required to see a spoonbill.
Are you a little stressed?
Oh, you know me.
You're not very good with
No.
like water and feet.
Socks.
No.
All right, I'm just, going in. This is the sock bill too. There's so many birds over there. Over.
Head back.
Oh, we're gonna go all the way over there, where it looks like the sand comes out of the water again. Birding the Mekong Delta in the water. Barefoot. Well, we're wearing our socks. Close to the water?
Yeah. Close.
Close to the water's edge. Yeah, he said the spoonbill goes right where the water meets the sand. He wants to be in the water, but also in the sand at the same time. Oh, time to move. Tons of Dunlin, tons of Terek sandpipers, lots of terns, both common and whiskered. Ready turnstones, always ready turnstones. This is now my fifth continent of seeing a turnstone. Like every continent has a turnstone. Big goose egg on the spoonbills out here. A lot of birds, tons of birds. Some new ones, but no spoonies. Just inside the wall, after we walked through the water, Nan found a group of red-necked stents, small red-necked shorebirds, and that's the birds that the spoon-billed sandpipers hangs out with. So we're frantically checking this flock to see if the spoon-bill's there. We're calling it a day. We've taken it off the checklist. Spoon-billed sandpiper. I'm gonna have to come back to the Mekong Delta. This was my one chance. All right. It was there, it was in our grips, and then we let it go. Better view desired. All right. Hey, we're at the end of our trip in the Mekong Delta. I'm at the Ho Chi Minh Airport. We are leaving now, going on to our next spot, and trying my first ever Vietnamese coffee. Ooh, that's sweet and milky. Maybe not for me, the guy who wants Americanos all the time. Okay, wrap up here. I'm gonna tell you all about the birds of the Mekong, like where I saw them, how I saw them, what I wish I did different, where to stay, and what to bring, what birdwatching gear to bring. So first, how to find birds in Vietnam, in the Mekong Delta. Get a tour company. Let me tell you about my experience. I reached out to 3 and nobody got back to me. And I realized it was the holiday season here, right? It was New Year's and everyone was unavailable or drunk or just not checking their emails. So I had to wait. And finally, one got back to me. And it was only when I reached out via WhatsApp instead of an email. Sending an email and waiting, don't do that. Install WhatsApp and then find the phone number on the website. You Google Bird Guides Mekong Delta, find a phone number, add it to WhatsApp, and then send them a quick message. That's how I finally got a hold of them. Now, I'm gonna put in the description below a few of the tour guide companies that I reached out, and then the one that actually replied, I'll put that in the description below. Do this ahead of time. Don't wait till you're in country to reach out and finally get a tour. Do it weeks ahead of time, right? And then give them a window, because it all depends, what I learned is about the tides. When the lowest of the low tides, that's when the shorebirds come and you can go out and see them on the sandbar, right? The day we had, because we only had one day left, we took whatever the tides gave us, and it ended up being a really cruddy tide. It was very high and all the birds didn't come in. That's why we missed the one we wanted to see. Where to stay in the Mekong Delta. When looking at hotel properties, go to their pictures on the websites and pick one with beautiful gardens. Also pick one that's on the river, right? Because I sat on the pier where we stayed with my scope and just looked at the river for hours, and I got all the herons and the egrets and the kingfishers. It was fun. That's what I did. But also they had a mangrove swamp, so all the mangrove birds I was able to find. And then in their manicured lawns, all the munias and the palm trees and the normal birds, like get those at the hotel without having to go the property. So I picked one at the big garden. The one I stayed at was at the Island Lodge. Just want to give a quick plug for that. Great, it was like a 5-star place, but like didn't come with 5-star prices like you would expect in the US. And it was right on the river, great hospitality, and French chef. Like, so you get French food, Vietnamese food. It was awesome. Oh, they also had set us up with tours. Like they had sunset tours, they had culture tours, they had floating market tours, like all the things you want to do as well. They just set it up for you. Super easy. It's actually growing on me. What to bring on your trip to the Mekong Delta? First off, you're going to want to bring your cell phone and make sure you have an awesome data plan. I ran out of mine 3 times in the first week. So make sure you have a topped up data plan because you're going to want to use WhatsApp. You're going to want to use eBird, Merlin for me. Merlin identified about 1/3 of the birds here, so not great. Don't count on Merlin to identify the birds by sound. And also Google Translate. It was super easy when a menu would come in with all Vietnamese, not a lot of English here. You just hold up your camera on your phone over it and it would translate it for you. Super handy. What to wear? Bring long pants, long sleeves. The sun is brutal. A big broad-rimmed hat, sunglasses if you can, and sunscreen, right? My lips got burnt, my face got burnt, so cover everything. And bring good socks. Right? I used Mons, Sonia used Darn Tough. Good socks because, surprise, you're taking your shoes off, you're gonna walk in your socks out into the water. I had never done that, never thought I was gonna do that, so really good socks that we wrung out. Oh, and also, bring a second pair of socks, right? And bring a good backpack because you're gonna wanna be putting all this stuff in your backpack. Birding gear, binoculars. I use my spotting scope a lot because the shorebirds, because of the tide, were really far away, so I needed that to identify them. Also, I brought my scope adapter from All In so that I could take digiscope photos of the birds. Bring good shoes, hiking shoes, hiking boots, whatever it is, because they're going to get muddy, right? And you're going to be walking through a lot of garbage, unfortunately. So bring shoes you don't care about. They're going to get dirty. Last thing, bring patience, bring a great attitude, because it's fun here and it's different, and you're gonna wanna just go with the flow. Try all the foods, try the coffee, right? You're gonna love the people here and you're gonna fall in love with the country like I did. All right, happy birding in the Mekong Delta.